Did you know? 200 mind-blowing facts about climate change and the environment. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine a world where the oceans are rising, ancient trees whisper secrets of the past, and tiny creatures under the sea hold the key to our planet's future. It sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now. From the hidden depths of the ocean to the soaring peaks of ancient glaciers, the Earth is changing in ways you might never have imagined. But amidst the challenges, there is hope in the power of nature, in the resilience of life, and in the choices we make every day. Tonight, as you drift into a peaceful sleep, let me take you on a journey through 200 fascinating facts about climate change and environmental issues. These aren't just facts, they are stories of survival, of innovation, and of the extraordinary connections that bind all life on Earth. Discover how whales are helping to fight climate change. Why urban beekeeping is more than just a trend, and how tiny microorganisms hidden in the soil are shaping our planet's future. You'll learn about the mysteries of the twilight zone in the ocean, the power of ancient trees, and the unexpected ways that art and storytelling are changing the world. These facts aren't just informative, they're meant to inspire. Because knowledge is power. And with that power, we can change the world. If you find this journey as mesmerizing as I do, don't forget to hit the like button. It lets me know you want more stories like this. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Join our growing community of curious minds who believe in the beauty of our planet and the hope of a sustainable future. Let's learn, dream, and grow together. Because every action, every choice, and every dream matters. Now, close your eyes, relax, and let's begin this journey through the wonders and mysteries of our world. Fascinating facts about climate change and environmental issues. 1. The Earth is warming faster than ever before. Scientists have found that the Earth's temperature is rising at an unprecedented rate. Over the past century, the average global temperature has increased by about 1.2 degrees Celsius. This might not sound like much, but it has a huge impact on weather patterns and sea levels. 2. The oceans absorb most of the heat. Did you know that over 90% of the excess heat from global warming is absorbed by the oceans? This causes sea temperatures to rise, leading to coral bleaching and threatening marine life. It also contributes to stronger hurricanes and storms. 3. Ice sheets are melting faster than predicted. Greenland and Antarctica are losing ice at an alarming rate. Every year, billions of tons of ice melt into the ocean, contributing to rising sea levels. Scientists predict that coastal cities could face severe flooding in the coming decades. 4. Carbon dioxide levels are the highest in 800,000 years. Carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas, is at its highest concentration in human history. This increase is largely due to burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. It traps heat in the atmosphere, leading to global warming. 5. Deforestation is a major contributor to climate change. Forests absorb carbon dioxide, helping to balance the atmosphere. However, about 15 billion trees are cut down each year. This not only releases carbon dioxide but also destroys habitats for countless species. 6. Plastic pollution is a growing environmental crisis. Every year, about 8 million metric tons of plastic end up in the oceans. This pollution harms marine life and enters the food chain, affecting humans as well. It takes hundreds of years for plastic to decompose. 7. Renewable energy is becoming more affordable. On a positive note, renewable energy sources like solar and wind are becoming cheaper and more efficient. They produce clean energy without releasing harmful emissions, offering hope for a sustainable future. 8. Small actions can make a big difference. Simple choices like reducing waste, conserving water, and using energy-efficient appliances can help combat climate change. Even small lifestyle changes, when made by many people, can have a significant impact on the environment. 9. Climate change is affecting wildlife. Many species are struggling to adapt to the changing climate. Polar bears are losing their ice habitats, and warmer temperatures are disrupting migration patterns for birds and marine animals. 10. Hope for the future. Despite the challenges, there is hope. People around the world are working to find solutions, from developing clean technologies to protecting natural habitats. Every effort counts in preserving our planet for future generations. 11. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as the rest of the world. The Arctic is experiencing rapid warming, a phenomenon known as Arctic amplification. As ice and snow melt, they reflect less sunlight, causing the exposed land and water to absorb more heat. This accelerates warming and affects weather patterns worldwide. 12. Ocean acidification is harming marine life. As carbon dioxide levels increase, the oceans absorb more of it, leading to ocean acidification. This process makes the water more acidic, harming coral reefs and shellfish. It also disrupts marine ecosystems and food chains. 13. Extreme weather events are becoming more common. Climate change is linked to an increase in extreme weather events, such as heat waves, hurricanes, and heavy rainfall. These events can cause flooding, wildfires, and droughts, affecting communities and ecosystems around the world. 14. Air pollution and climate change are connected. Burning fossil fuels releases not only carbon dioxide but also pollutants like methane and black carbon. These pollutants contribute to global warming and also harm human health, causing respiratory and cardiovascular problems. 15. Food production and climate change. Agriculture is both affected by and contributes to climate change. Changes in temperature and rainfall impact crop yields, while livestock farming produces methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Sustainable farming practices can help reduce emissions. 16. Water scarcity is a growing concern. Climate change affects water availability by altering rainfall patterns and increasing evaporation. This leads to water shortages in many regions, impacting agriculture, drinking water supplies, and overall human health. 17. Climate refugees are on the rise. As sea levels rise and extreme weather events become more frequent, more people are being displaced from their homes. Climate refugees are forced to migrate due to flooding, droughts, and other climate-related disasters. 18. The power of reforestation. Planting trees is one of the most effective ways to combat climate change. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, improve air quality, and provide habitats for wildlife. Global reforestation efforts are crucial for restoring balance to the environment. 19. Green technology is advancing rapidly. Innovations in green technology, like electric vehicles, energy-efficient buildings, and carbon capture systems, are helping reduce emissions. Continued investment in sustainable technology is key to addressing climate change. 20. You can make a difference. Even the smallest actions contribute to a healthier planet. Reducing energy consumption, supporting sustainable brands, recycling, and spreading awareness all make a difference. Collective efforts lead to meaningful change. 21. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is growing. In the Pacific Ocean, there is a massive collection of plastic debris known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's estimated to be twice the size of Texas. This floating island of trash harms marine life and disrupts ocean ecosystems. 22. Microplastics are everywhere. Tiny plastic particles called microplastics are now found in oceans, rivers, and even in the air we breathe. They come from broken down plastic products and synthetic clothing fibers. These particles are ingested by marine life and enter the food chain. 23. Climate change is impacting human health. Extreme heat, polluted air, and changing disease patterns are affecting human health worldwide. Heat waves increase the risk of heat-related illnesses, while changing temperatures allow certain diseases to spread to new regions. 24. Sea levels are rising faster than expected. Global sea levels have risen by about 8 inches over the past century, and the rate is accelerating. This threatens coastal communities, leading to more frequent and severe flooding and coastal erosion. 25. The Amazon rainforest is under threat. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the earth, absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide. However, deforestation and wildfires are rapidly destroying this vital ecosystem, reducing its ability to combat climate change. 26. Environmental justice is a growing movement. Climate change disproportionately affects vulnerable communities, including low-income populations and indigenous groups. Environmental justice advocates work to address these inequalities and ensure a sustainable future for all. 27. The role of oceans in climate regulation. Oceans play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate by absorbing heat and carbon dioxide. However, as ocean temperatures rise, this balance is disrupted, leading to more intense storms and changing marine ecosystems. 28. The power of renewable energy. Renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and hydropower are clean and sustainable alternatives to fossil fuels. They not only reduce greenhouse gas emissions but also create jobs and promote energy independence. 29. Global agreements to combat climate change. International agreements like the Paris Agreement bring countries together to reduce carbon emissions and limit global warming. Collaborative efforts are essential to tackle this global issue effectively. 30. The importance of education and awareness. Raising awareness about climate change helps people make informed decisions. Education empowers communities to adopt sustainable practices and advocate for environmental protection. 31. Coral reefs are dying at an alarming rate. Coral reefs are home to about 25% of marine life, but they are highly sensitive to temperature changes. Warmer oceans cause coral bleaching, where corals lose their vibrant colors and vital algae, leading to mass die-offs and impacting marine biodiversity. 32. Biodiversity loss and climate change are linked. Climate change disrupts ecosystems, leading to the extinction of species unable to adapt to the changing environment. This loss of biodiversity weakens natural systems, affecting food security, water supply, and human health. 33. Methane is a powerful greenhouse gas. While carbon dioxide gets the most attention, methane is about 25 times more effective at trapping heat in the atmosphere. It is released from livestock, landfills, and natural gas extraction, contributing significantly to global warming. 34. Wetlands are vital carbon sinks. Wetlands, such as marshes and swamps, absorb and store large amounts of carbon dioxide. They act as natural buffers against floods and help purify water. Protecting and restoring wetlands is essential for climate resilience. 35. Urbanization increases carbon footprints. Cities are responsible for over 70% of global carbon emissions. Urbanization leads to increased energy use, transportation needs, and waste production, making sustainable urban planning critical for climate action. 36. The fashion industry's environmental impact. Fast fashion contributes to pollution and waste, using large amounts of water and chemicals in production. Sustainable fashion practices, such as recycling and using eco-friendly materials, help reduce the industry's environmental footprint. 37. Climate change and mental health. Extreme weather events, natural disasters, and environmental changes can impact mental health. Anxiety, stress, and depression are common among communities affected by climate change. Building resilient communities can help address these challenges. 38. Soil degradation and climate change. Soil stores more carbon than the atmosphere and all plants combined. Unsustainable farming practices and deforestation degrade soil health, releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and reducing agricultural productivity. 39. The influence of diet on the environment. Food production, especially meat and dairy, contributes to greenhouse gas emissions and deforestation. Plant-based diets have a lower carbon footprint, supporting environmental sustainability and human health. 40. Innovative solutions to combat climate change. From vertical farming to carbon capture technology, innovative solutions are emerging to tackle climate challenges. Investing in research and technology accelerates the transition to a sustainable, low-carbon economy. 41. Desertification is expanding worldwide. Climate change and unsustainable land use are turning fertile lands into deserts. This process, known as desertification, reduces agricultural productivity, leading to food shortages and forced migration. Protecting and restoring land is crucial for sustainability. 42. Ocean currents are changing. Global warming is altering ocean currents, which regulate the Earth's climate by distributing heat around the planet. Disruptions in these currents can lead to extreme weather events and impact marine ecosystems. 43. Climate change affects freshwater availability. Melting glaciers, changing rainfall patterns, and increased evaporation due to rising temperatures threaten freshwater sources. This leads to water shortages in many regions, affecting agriculture, drinking water, and public health. 44. Wildfires are increasing in frequency and intensity. Hotter temperatures and drier conditions fuel more frequent and severe wildfires. These fires not only destroy ecosystems and communities but also release massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. 45. Permafrost thaw releases greenhouse gases. Permafrost in the Arctic stores vast amounts of methane and carbon dioxide. As it thaws due to rising temperatures, these gases are released, accelerating global warming in a feedback loop. 46. Noise pollution impacts wildlife. Urbanization and industrial activities increase noise pollution, disrupting communication, mating, and hunting behaviors of animals. Marine creatures, such as whales and dolphins, are particularly affected by underwater noise pollution. 47. Electric vehicles reduce emissions. Electric vehicles (EVs) produce zero tailpipe emissions, reducing air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. As renewable energy sources power EVs, their environmental benefits become even more significant. 48. Circular economy for sustainability. A circular economy emphasizes recycling, reusing, and reducing waste, contrasting with the traditional take, make, dispose model. It conserves resources, reduces pollution, and minimizes environmental impact. 49. Citizen science empowers environmental action. Citizen science initiatives involve the public in environmental monitoring, data collection, and research. From tracking wildlife to monitoring air quality, community participation helps scientists and policymakers make informed decisions. 50. The power of collective action. Climate change is a global challenge that requires collective effort. Communities, organizations, and governments working together can create meaningful change through sustainable practices, policies, and innovations. As you sink deeper into relaxation, remember that hope lies in every conscious choice. By embracing sustainability and nurturing the planet, we leave behind a legacy of love and care for the Earth and all its inhabitants. 51. Urban green spaces improve air quality. Parks, gardens, and green rooftops in urban areas not only provide recreational spaces but also improve air quality. Trees and plants absorb pollutants and carbon dioxide, helping to cool cities and reduce the urban heat island effect. 52. Sustainable agriculture fights climate change. Regenerative farming practices, such as crop rotation, no-till farming, and agroforestry, improve soil health, increase biodiversity, and capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to mitigate climate change. 53. Dark snow speeds up ice melt. Soot and pollutants from industrial activities settle on snow and ice, making them darker. Dark snow absorbs more sunlight and melts faster, accelerating the loss of glaciers and ice sheets. 54. Mangroves are coastal guardians. Mangroves protect coastal areas from storm surges and erosion. They also store carbon more efficiently than most other ecosystems. Preserving mangroves is vital for coastal resilience and carbon sequestration. 55. The environmental impact of digital technology. The internet and digital devices require massive data centers, which consume significant energy. Reducing digital waste and increasing energy efficiency are essential for minimizing the environmental impact of technology. 56. Climate change is affecting pollinators. Bees, butterflies, and other pollinators are essential for food production. Climate change disrupts their habitats and flowering patterns, threatening food security and biodiversity. Protecting pollinators supports ecosystem balance. 57. Ocean dead zones are expanding. Dead zones are areas in oceans and lakes with low oxygen levels, caused by pollution and rising temperatures. These zones cannot support marine life, leading to ecosystem collapse and impacting fisheries. 58. Environmental DNA tracks wildlife changes. Scientists use environmental DNA (EDNA) to monitor biodiversity by analyzing genetic material found in water, soil, or air. EDNA helps track species affected by climate change and supports conservation efforts. 59. The rise of climate litigation. Around the world, citizens and organizations are taking legal action to hold governments and corporations accountable for environmental damage. Climate litigation is becoming a powerful tool for enforcing environmental responsibility. 60. Optimism and hope are powerful motivators. Amid the challenges of climate change, hope and optimism inspire action. Communities around the world are innovating, educating, and advocating for a sustainable future, proving that positive change is possible. 61. Cloud cover and climate feedback loops. Clouds play a significant role in regulating Earth's temperature. As the climate warms, changes in cloud cover can either amplify or reduce global warming. This complex feedback loop is a key area of climate research. 62. Algae blooms are increasing. Warmer water temperatures and pollution lead to harmful algae blooms in oceans and lakes. These blooms produce toxins that harm marine life and human health, disrupting aquatic ecosystems and fisheries. 63. The importance of indigenous knowledge. Indigenous communities have long practiced sustainable living and environmental stewardship. Their traditional knowledge and land management techniques are valuable in protecting biodiversity and combating climate change. 64. Peatlands are powerful carbon stores. Peatlands are wetland ecosystems that store vast amounts of carbon. When drained or burned, they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Protecting and restoring peatlands is crucial for climate stability. 65. Climate change is shifting seasons. Global warming is altering the timing of seasons, affecting ecosystems and wildlife. Early springs and delayed winters impact plant growth, animal migration, and breeding cycles, disrupting the natural balance. 66. The potential of blue carbon. Coastal ecosystems like mangroves, salt marshes, and seagrasses capture and store large amounts of carbon dioxide, known as blue carbon. Protecting these habitats helps mitigate climate change and supports marine biodiversity. 67. Light pollution affects wildlife. Artificial lights in urban areas interfere with natural behaviors of animals, such as migration, mating, and feeding. Reducing light pollution helps protect nocturnal wildlife and maintains ecological balance. 68. Sustainable tourism supports conservation. Responsible tourism practices minimize environmental impact and support local communities. By choosing eco-friendly travel options, tourists contribute to conservation efforts and promote cultural preservation. 69. Urban farming reduces carbon footprints. Growing food in urban areas reduces the need for transportation and packaging, lowering carbon emissions. Urban farming also improves food security and provides fresh produce to local communities. 70. Climate change is influencing human migration. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and resource shortages are forcing people to migrate from vulnerable areas. Addressing climate-induced displacement requires international cooperation and sustainable development. 71. Volcanoes and climate change. Volcanic eruptions release particles that reflect sunlight, temporarily cooling the Earth. However, they also emit carbon dioxide, contributing to the greenhouse effect. The balance between cooling and warming depends on the scale and frequency of eruptions. 72. Ice cores reveal Earth's climate history. Scientists study ice cores from glaciers to understand Earth's past climate. These cores contain trapped air bubbles that reveal ancient atmospheric conditions, helping researchers predict future climate changes. 73. Climate change affects soil microorganisms. Soil microorganisms play a crucial role in nutrient cycling and carbon storage. Rising temperatures and changing moisture levels disrupt these microorganisms, impacting soil fertility and agricultural productivity. 74. Floating solar farms are gaining popularity. Floating solar panels on reservoirs and lakes maximize space usage and reduce water evaporation. They generate clean energy while preserving land for agriculture and other uses, supporting sustainable development. 75. Snowpack decline threatens water supply. Mountain snowpacks store water that gradually melts in spring, providing fresh water to rivers and reservoirs. Climate change reduces snowpack levels, leading to water shortages and impacting agriculture and communities. 76. Environmental impact of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency mining consumes massive amounts of energy, contributing to carbon emissions. Some digital currencies are adopting energy-efficient methods, promoting sustainability in the financial sector. 77. Microgrids enhance energy resilience. Microgrids are localized energy systems that operate independently from the main grid. They integrate renewable energy sources, improving energy security and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. 78. Seaweed farming fights climate change. Seaweed absorbs carbon dioxide and grows rapidly without fresh water or fertilizer. Seaweed farming supports marine ecosystems, reduces ocean acidification, and provides a sustainable food source. 79. Digital carbon footprint. Streaming videos, cloud storage, and online activities require energy from data centers. Reducing digital consumption, like turning off unused devices, helps lower carbon footprints in the digital age. 80. Youth activism is driving environmental change. Young activists around the world are leading climate movements, raising awareness, and influencing policy changes. Their passion and commitment inspire communities to take action for a sustainable future. 81. Rainforests create their own rain. Rainforests generate up to 80% of their own rainfall through a process called transpiration, where trees release water vapor into the atmosphere. Deforestation disrupts this cycle, leading to droughts and impacting global weather patterns. 82. Deep ocean currents regulate climate. Deep ocean currents, known as the global conveyor belt, distribute heat around the planet, influencing climate patterns. Melting ice sheets can disrupt these currents, leading to drastic weather changes worldwide. 83. Climate change is altering ocean soundscapes. As oceans warm and acidify, sound travels farther underwater, affecting marine animals that rely on sound for navigation and communication. This can lead to confusion and behavioral changes in marine species. 84. Grasslands are vital carbon sinks. Grasslands store carbon in their deep root systems, preventing it from entering the atmosphere. Overgrazing, deforestation, and agricultural expansion threaten these ecosystems, reducing their carbon storage capacity. 85. Urban heat islands intensify warming. Cities are often warmer than surrounding rural areas due to buildings, roads, and infrastructure absorbing and retaining heat. Green roofs, urban parks, and reflective building materials help reduce the urban heat island effect. 86. Artificial intelligence aids climate research. AI technology helps scientists analyze climate data, predict weather patterns, and monitor environmental changes. It accelerates climate research and supports decision-making for sustainable solutions. 87. Climate change is impacting coffee production. Coffee is highly sensitive to temperature changes. Rising temperatures and shifting rainfall patterns are reducing suitable growing areas, threatening coffee farmers' livelihoods and impacting global supply. 88. Ocean carbon sequestration. The ocean absorbs about a quarter of human-made carbon dioxide emissions. However, increased absorption leads to ocean acidification, impacting marine life and ecosystems. Protecting marine habitats supports carbon sequestration. 89. The impact of meat consumption on climate. Livestock farming produces methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Reducing meat consumption and choosing plant-based alternatives significantly lower individual carbon footprints and support sustainable agriculture. 90. Climate change is affecting allergies. Warmer temperatures and increased carbon dioxide levels lengthen pollen seasons and boost pollen production. This intensifies allergy symptoms, affecting millions of people worldwide. 91. Cloud seeding and weather modification. Cloud seeding is a technology used to enhance rainfall by dispersing particles into clouds. While it helps alleviate droughts, its long-term environmental impacts are not fully understood, making it a controversial climate intervention method. 92. The role of lichens in climate science. Lichens, a symbiotic combination of algae and fungi, are sensitive to environmental changes. Scientists study lichens to monitor air quality and understand the impacts of climate change on ecosystems. 93. Extreme heat affects infrastructure. Rising temperatures impact infrastructure by warping train tracks, buckling roads, and straining power grids. Urban planning and resilient infrastructure are essential to adapt to extreme heat events. 94. Biodegradable plastics are not a perfect solution. Biodegradable plastics break down faster than traditional plastics, but they require specific conditions to decompose fully. In landfills or oceans, they can still contribute to pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. 95. Climate gentrification is reshaping cities. Rising sea levels and extreme weather are driving people to seek higher ground, increasing property values in safer areas. This phenomenon, known as climate gentrification, impacts housing affordability and community dynamics. 96. The ocean's twilight zone stores carbon. The ocean's twilight zone, located 200 to 1,000 meters below the surface, plays a crucial role in carbon storage. Marine organisms transport carbon to deep waters, influencing global carbon cycles and climate regulation. 97. Urban wildlife is adapting to climate change. Animals in urban areas are evolving to adapt to changing temperatures and habitats. Some species are altering their behaviors, diets, and migration patterns to survive in warming cities. 98. The environmental cost of fast internet. High-speed internet and streaming services require energy-intensive data centers. Opting for lower-resolution streaming and reducing digital consumption help minimize the carbon footprint of digital services. 99. Space-based solar power is on the horizon. Space-based solar power collects energy from the sun in space and transmits it to Earth using microwaves or lasers. This emerging technology offers a continuous and clean energy source without atmospheric interference. 100. The power of individual action. Individual actions, like reducing waste, conserving energy, and making sustainable choices, collectively make a significant impact. Every small step contributes to the larger goal of preserving our planet. As you drift into a restful sleep, remember that change begins with awareness. Every positive act, no matter how small, ripples through time, nurturing hope and creating a future filled with possibility and harmony. 101. Ancient trees and climate resilience. Ancient trees, some thousands of years old, store vast amounts of carbon and support diverse ecosystems. Protecting these natural giants enhances climate resilience and preserves biodiversity. 102. Carbon-neutral cities are emerging. Cities worldwide are aiming to become carbon neutral by investing in renewable energy, green buildings, and sustainable public transport. These urban innovations pave the way for a more sustainable future. 103. Climate change influences infectious diseases. Rising temperatures and changing precipitation patterns expand habitats for disease-carrying insects like mosquitoes and ticks. This increases the spread of diseases such as malaria, dengue, and Lyme disease. 104. Sand is becoming a scarce resource. Sand is a key ingredient in construction, but excessive extraction is depleting natural reserves. Sustainable alternatives and recycling building materials help conserve this vital resource. 105. The ocean's phytoplankton are vital for oxygen. Phytoplankton, microscopic marine plants, produce about 50% of the world's oxygen through photosynthesis. Climate change threatens these tiny organisms, impacting the marine food chain and global oxygen levels. 106. Hybrid energy systems improve efficiency. Hybrid energy systems combine renewable sources like solar and wind with energy storage solutions. They provide consistent power supply while reducing carbon emissions and reliance on fossil fuels. 107. The impact of sunscreen on coral reefs. Certain chemicals in sunscreen harm coral reefs by disrupting their reproductive systems and causing bleaching. Reef-safe sunscreens help protect marine ecosystems while allowing us to enjoy the sun responsibly. 108. Eco-anxiety is affecting mental health. Growing awareness of environmental issues is leading to eco-anxiety, a feeling of worry or despair about the future of the planet. Practicing mindfulness and taking proactive steps help manage this emotional impact. 109. Agricultural innovations combat climate change. Vertical farming, precision agriculture, and agroecology reduce resource usage while increasing crop yields. These innovative practices promote sustainable food systems and reduce agricultural emissions. 110. Positive feedback loops accelerate warming. Climate feedback loops, like melting ice reducing reflectivity, amplify global warming. Understanding these loops is crucial for accurate climate modeling and developing effective mitigation strategies. 111. Carbon capture and storage technology. Carbon capture and storage (CCS) technology traps carbon dioxide emissions from industrial processes and stores them underground. This innovative solution helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions and combat climate change. 112. The environmental impact of fashion choices. The fashion industry is one of the largest polluters, with fast fashion contributing to waste, water pollution, and carbon emissions. Choosing sustainable and durable clothing reduces environmental impact. 113. Bees are climate change indicators. Bees are sensitive to temperature changes, affecting their pollination patterns and behaviors. Their decline signals ecosystem imbalances, impacting food security and biodiversity. Protecting pollinators is crucial for environmental health. 114. Desalination provides fresh water but has environmental costs. Desalination plants convert seawater into fresh water, helping to address water shortages. However, they consume large amounts of energy and discharge brine, impacting marine life. Sustainable desalination technologies are being developed. 115. Climate change is affecting wine production. Temperature shifts and changing weather patterns influence grape growth and flavor profiles. Some traditional wine regions are struggling, while cooler regions are becoming more suitable for viticulture. 116. Air conditioning and climate change cycle. Increased temperatures lead to higher demand for air conditioning, which consumes energy and releases greenhouse gases. Energy-efficient cooling systems and passive design strategies help break this cycle. 117. Space exploration and environmental impact. Rocket launches release pollutants into the atmosphere, contributing to ozone depletion. Sustainable space technologies and reusable rockets are being developed to minimize environmental impact. 118. Invasive species thrive in changing climates. Climate change enables invasive species to expand into new habitats, outcompeting native species and disrupting ecosystems. Conservation efforts focus on controlling invasive populations and protecting biodiversity. 119. Floating cities for rising sea levels. Innovative architects are designing floating cities as a response to rising sea levels. These self-sustaining urban environments use renewable energy, desalination, and aquaculture to adapt to climate change. 120. Community gardens foster sustainability. Community gardens promote local food production, reduce carbon footprints, and enhance urban green spaces. They also build social connections and increase awareness of sustainable living practices. 121. Bioplastics promise and challenges. Bioplastics are made from renewable resources like corn or sugarcane, reducing dependence on fossil fuels. However, they require specific conditions to decompose and can still contribute to pollution if not properly managed. 122. Urban forests cool cities. Planting trees in urban areas reduces the urban heat island effect by providing shade and cooling the air through transpiration. Urban forests also improve air quality and enhance biodiversity. 123. Geoengineering controversial climate solutions. Geoengineering involves large-scale interventions to alter Earth's climate, such as reflecting sunlight or removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. While promising, these methods carry significant risks and ethical concerns. 124. The role of fungi in carbon sequestration. Fungi in forest soils play a crucial role in carbon sequestration by breaking down organic matter and storing carbon underground. Protecting forest ecosystems helps maintain this natural carbon sink. 125. Environmental impact of digital currency. Cryptocurrency mining consumes vast amounts of energy, contributing to carbon emissions. More energy-efficient blockchain technologies are emerging to address the environmental impact of digital currency. 126. Acoustic ecology and soundscapes. Climate change and human activities are altering natural soundscapes, impacting wildlife communication and behavior. Acoustic ecology studies these changes to understand environmental health and ecosystem dynamics. 127. The cooling effect of volcanoes. Large volcanic eruptions release sulfur dioxide, which forms reflective aerosols in the stratosphere. These aerosols cool the Earth temporarily by blocking sunlight, influencing global climate patterns. 128. Ancient civilizations and climate change. History shows that climate change contributed to the decline of ancient civilizations like the Maya and the Indus Valley. Studying these events helps us understand the relationship between climate and human societies. 129. Water footprint of everyday products. Everyday products like jeans and chocolate require significant amounts of water to produce. Being aware of water footprints helps consumers make sustainable choices and conserve this vital resource. 130. Community-led climate action. Grassroots movements and community initiatives play a crucial role in climate action. Local solutions, such as community solar projects and conservation efforts, empower people to create positive environmental change. 131. Green roofs enhance urban sustainability. Green roofs, covered with vegetation, reduce energy consumption by insulating buildings and absorbing rainwater. They also improve air quality and provide habitats for urban wildlife, contributing to sustainable city living. 132. Climate change and mental health impacts. Environmental changes, natural disasters, and eco-anxiety affect mental health worldwide. Building resilient communities and fostering emotional well-being are essential aspects of climate adaptation. 133. Ancient ice reveals past climate patterns. Ice cores drilled from glaciers contain layers of ancient ice, preserving atmospheric gases and particles. Analyzing these layers helps scientists understand historical climate patterns and predict future changes. 134. Sea level rise and ghost forests. Rising sea levels and saltwater intrusion are creating ghost forests along coastlines, where salt-tolerant species replace traditional forests. This change impacts coastal ecosystems and carbon storage. 135. Biochar, a carbon-negative solution. Biochar is a type of charcoal made from organic waste. It stores carbon in the soil for centuries, improves soil fertility, and reduces greenhouse gas emissions, offering a sustainable agricultural solution. 136. The impact of food waste on climate change. 1/3 of all food produced globally is wasted, releasing methane as it decomposes in landfills. Reducing food waste conserves resources and helps lower greenhouse gas emissions. 137. The environmental cost of space tourism. Space tourism, although innovative, has environmental costs, including carbon emissions and ozone depletion from rocket launches. Sustainable space travel technologies are being explored to minimize impact. 138. Deep sea mining and environmental risks. Deep sea mining for minerals threatens fragile marine ecosystems. The disturbance of seabeds and release of toxic substances could have long-lasting environmental consequences. 139. The role of microbes in carbon cycling. Soil microbes decompose organic matter, releasing carbon dioxide or storing carbon in the soil. Climate change affects microbial activity, influencing carbon cycling and soil health. 140. The power of hope and resilience. Communities worldwide are finding innovative ways to adapt to climate change, from floating farms to resilient architecture. Hope and resilience drive collective action, inspiring solutions for a sustainable future. 141. Climate migration is reshaping populations. As sea levels rise and extreme weather events increase, millions of people are being displaced from their homes. Climate migration is reshaping population patterns, requiring global cooperation and sustainable urban planning. 142. Space weather and climate interactions. Solar flares and cosmic rays influence Earth's climate by affecting atmospheric particles and cloud formation. Understanding space weather helps scientists predict and adapt to climate variations. 143. The importance of sea ice for global climate. Sea ice reflects sunlight, helping regulate Earth's temperature. As it melts, darker ocean water absorbs more heat, accelerating global warming and altering marine ecosystems. 144. The carbon cost of data storage. Cloud storage and data centers consume large amounts of energy. Opting for efficient digital practices, like deleting unused files and minimizing data storage, reduces digital carbon footprints. 145. Indigenous fire management practices. Indigenous communities have long used controlled burns to manage landscapes and reduce wildfire risks. These traditional practices are being integrated into modern fire management strategies to enhance ecosystem resilience. 146. The environmental impact of pet ownership. Pet food production, waste disposal, and resource consumption contribute to environmental impacts. Choosing sustainable pet products and adopting responsible pet care practices help reduce this footprint. 147. The power of seaweed as a carbon sink. Seaweed absorbs carbon dioxide rapidly and supports marine biodiversity. Integrating seaweed farming into coastal ecosystems enhances carbon sequestration and promotes sustainable food production. 148. Climate change and global security. Resource shortages, extreme weather, and climate-induced migration are increasing geopolitical tensions. Climate change is now recognized as a national security threat, influencing global stability and policies. 149. Urban beekeeping supports biodiversity. Urban beekeeping provides habitats for pollinators, supporting biodiversity in cities. Rooftop hives and community gardens contribute to sustainable food systems and environmental education. 150. The role of art and storytelling in climate action. Art, storytelling, and cultural narratives inspire climate awareness and action. Creative expressions foster emotional connections, encouraging communities to envision and work toward a sustainable future. As you relax and drift into a peaceful sleep, remember that hope is a seed planted by awareness. Every mindful action nurtures the earth, creating ripples of change. Rest in the comfort of knowing that together, we can build a more harmonious world. 151. The role of kelp forests in climate regulation. Kelp forests absorb carbon dioxide more efficiently than terrestrial forests. They provide habitats for marine life, support coastal protection, and play a vital role in carbon sequestration, helping mitigate climate change. 152. Soil erosion and climate change. Deforestation, agriculture, and extreme weather accelerate soil erosion, reducing fertility and carbon storage. Implementing sustainable land management practices helps conserve soil health and combat climate change. 153. The connection between air quality and climate. Air pollutants like black carbon and methane contribute to global warming. Reducing air pollution not only improves human health but also slows climate change by minimizing short-lived climate pollutants. 154. Environmental DNA reveals biodiversity changes. Scientists use environmental DNA (EDNA) to monitor species diversity and distribution. This non-invasive technique tracks the impact of climate change on ecosystems, guiding conservation efforts. 155. Extreme weather affects human health. Heat waves, wildfires, and hurricanes are becoming more intense and frequent. These extreme weather events cause health issues, including respiratory problems, heat-related illnesses, and mental health impacts. 156. The role of zooplankton in carbon cycling. Zooplankton, tiny marine animals, consume phytoplankton and transport carbon to deeper ocean layers when they excrete or die. This natural process helps regulate atmospheric carbon dioxide levels. 157. Climate change is shifting ocean currents. Melting ice and warming oceans are altering ocean currents, affecting weather patterns, marine biodiversity, and global climate systems. These changes impact fisheries and coastal communities worldwide. 158. Bioluminescence and ocean health. Bioluminescent organisms, like certain plankton and jellyfish, are sensitive to environmental changes. Their behavior provides insights into ocean health, pollution levels, and the impact of climate change. 159. Upcycling reduces environmental impact. Upcycling transforms waste materials into new products, reducing landfill waste and resource consumption. This creative approach promotes sustainability and reduces the carbon footprint of manufacturing. 160. The power of community resilience. Communities worldwide are building resilience through local solutions, from community gardens to disaster preparedness. Collective action strengthens social bonds and supports sustainable adaptation. 161. Antarctic krill and carbon sequestration. Antarctic krill consume phytoplankton and produce carbon-rich waste that sinks to the ocean floor, sequestering carbon for centuries. Protecting krill populations is crucial for maintaining this natural carbon cycle. 162. The environmental impact of food packaging. Single-use food packaging contributes to plastic pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Choosing reusable containers and supporting sustainable packaging solutions help reduce environmental impact. 163. Ocean acidification affects marine food webs. Increased carbon dioxide absorption makes oceans more acidic, weakening shells of marine organisms like oysters and affecting predator-prey relationships. This disruption impacts entire marine food webs. 164. The role of tidal marshes in climate mitigation. Tidal marshes store carbon in their soil and provide coastal protection against storm surges and flooding. Conserving and restoring these wetlands enhances biodiversity and carbon sequestration. 165. Vertical farming conserves resources. Vertical farming uses stacked layers to grow crops indoors, reducing water and land usage. This innovative method supports urban food security and minimizes the carbon footprint of traditional agriculture. 166. The impact of global warming on coral spawning. Coral reefs rely on synchronized spawning events for reproduction. Rising sea temperatures disrupt this timing, reducing coral survival rates and threatening marine biodiversity. 167. Sustainable architecture reduces carbon emissions. Green building practices, such as using energy-efficient materials, passive cooling, and renewable energy, reduce carbon emissions and enhance sustainability in urban environments. 168. The threat of microfibers to marine life. Synthetic fabrics release microfibers into waterways during washing, polluting oceans and harming marine organisms. Choosing natural fibers and using microfiber filters help reduce this pollution. 169. Climate change influences animal migration. Shifting temperatures and habitat changes affect animal migration patterns, disrupting breeding cycles and food availability. This impacts species survival and ecosystem balance. 170. Community energy projects promote sustainability. Local communities are investing in renewable energy projects, like solar cooperatives and wind farms. These initiatives empower communities, reduce carbon emissions, and promote energy independence. 171. Whales as carbon sequestration giants. Whales store carbon in their massive bodies, and when they die, their carcasses sink to the ocean floor, trapping carbon for centuries. Protecting whale populations enhances oceanic carbon sequestration. 172. Sustainable fishing protects marine ecosystems. Overfishing threatens marine biodiversity and disrupts ocean food webs. Sustainable fishing practices, like catch limits and marine protected areas, support healthy ecosystems and long-term food security. 173. The role of sand dunes in coastal protection. Sand dunes act as natural barriers against coastal erosion and storm surges. Preserving and restoring dunes enhances shoreline resilience and protects coastal habitats from rising sea levels. 174. Earthworms and soil fertility. Earthworms improve soil structure, enhance nutrient cycling, and store carbon in the soil. Healthy earthworm populations contribute to sustainable agriculture and ecosystem balance. 175. The potential of hydrogen energy. Hydrogen is a clean energy source that produces water as a byproduct. Green hydrogen, produced using renewable energy, offers a sustainable alternative to fossil fuels for transportation and industry. 176. Arctic amplification and global weather. The Arctic is warming faster than the rest of the world, a phenomenon known as Arctic amplification. This affects global weather patterns, leading to extreme events like heat waves and polar vortex disruptions. 177. The importance of pollinator corridors. Pollinator corridors are connected habitats that support bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. They enhance biodiversity, improve crop yields, and contribute to ecosystem health. 178. Ocean fertilization, a controversial solution. Ocean fertilization involves adding nutrients to stimulate phytoplankton growth, increasing carbon absorption. However, its ecological impacts are uncertain, making it a debated climate intervention method. 179. The environmental impact of palm oil. Palm oil is widely used in food and cosmetics, but its production drives deforestation and habitat loss. Choosing sustainable palm oil helps protect rainforests and endangered species. 180. Cultural heritage and climate change. Climate change threatens cultural heritage sites through rising sea levels, erosion, and extreme weather. Preserving these sites requires innovative conservation strategies and community involvement. 181. Solar geoengineering, reflecting sunlight to cool the Earth. Solar geoengineering involves reflecting sunlight back into space to reduce global temperatures. While it could mitigate warming, its long-term impacts on weather patterns and ecosystems are uncertain. 182. The environmental impact of concrete. Concrete production is a major source of carbon emissions due to the energy-intensive process of making cement. Alternatives like green concrete and recycled materials help reduce its environmental footprint. 183. Glacier lakes are growing. As glaciers melt, they form glacial lakes, which can suddenly burst and cause flooding. Monitoring these lakes is crucial for predicting and preventing climate-related disasters in mountainous regions. 184. Eco-friendly transportation solutions. Public transport, cycling, and electric vehicles reduce carbon emissions and traffic congestion. Urban planning that promotes walkable communities enhances sustainability and quality of life. 185. The role of sea sponges in marine ecosystems. Sea sponges filter water, maintain nutrient cycles, and provide habitats for marine organisms. Protecting these ancient organisms supports ocean health and biodiversity. 186. Sustainable urban drainage systems. Green infrastructure, like permeable pavements and rain gardens, manages stormwater runoff, reducing flooding and water pollution. These systems enhance urban resilience to extreme weather. 187. The environmental impact of smartphones. Smartphone production involves resource extraction, energy use, and e-waste. Extending device life, recycling, and choosing sustainable electronics reduce the environmental impact of digital consumption. 188. The potential of algae biofuel. Algae grow rapidly and require minimal resources, making them a promising source of renewable biofuel. Algae biofuel produces fewer emissions compared to fossil fuels, supporting a low-carbon economy. 189. Acoustic pollution affects marine life. Underwater noise from ships, drilling, and sonar disrupts marine animals' communication and navigation. Reducing acoustic pollution supports ocean health and protects marine species. 190. Circular economy for zero waste. A circular economy emphasizes designing products for reuse, recycling, and durability, minimizing waste and resource consumption. This sustainable model contrasts with the traditional linear economy. 191. Wildflower meadows enhance biodiversity. Wildflower meadows provide habitats for pollinators, birds, and insects, supporting biodiversity and ecosystem balance. Restoring these meadows helps combat habitat loss and promotes environmental resilience. 192. The impact of noise pollution on wildlife. Human-made noise affects wildlife communication, mating, and navigation. Quiet zones and noise reduction strategies help protect natural soundscapes and support animal well-being. 193. Natural building materials for sustainability. Materials like bamboo, hempcrete, and rammed earth are sustainable alternatives to traditional construction materials. They are energy efficient, biodegradable, and have a lower carbon footprint. 194. The influence of ocean currents on climate. Ocean currents distribute heat across the planet, influencing weather patterns and climate systems. Changes in these currents, due to melting ice or warming oceans, can lead to extreme weather events. 195. Environmental DNA tracks invasive species. EDNA helps detect invasive species early by analyzing genetic material in water or soil. Monitoring invasive species protects native ecosystems and supports biodiversity conservation. 196. Carbon neutral shipping is on the rise. The shipping industry is adopting renewable energy, such as wind and solar, to reduce carbon emissions. Carbon neutral shipping solutions support sustainable global trade and logistics. 197. The impact of soot on snow and ice melt. Soot from fossil fuels and wildfires settles on snow and ice, darkening the surface. This reduces reflectivity and accelerates melting, contributing to sea level rise and climate feedback loops. 198. Bioinspiration for sustainable solutions. Scientists are drawing inspiration from nature to design sustainable solutions, like self-cleaning surfaces inspired by lotus leaves and energy-efficient buildings modeled after termite mounds. 199. The role of sea otters in carbon sequestration. Sea otters maintain kelp forests by controlling sea urchin populations. Healthy kelp forests absorb carbon dioxide, making sea otters essential for marine carbon sequestration. 200. The power of education in climate action. Environmental education empowers communities to make sustainable choices and advocate for climate action. Raising awareness inspires positive change and supports global sustainability goals. Thank you for joining this journey through 200 fascinating climate and environmental facts. Congratulations on making it to the end of this incredible journey. You've just explored 200 mind-blowing facts about climate change and environmental issues, from the depths of the oceans to the heights of ancient forests. I truly appreciate you staying with me through this adventure of discovery and learning. It's curious minds like yours that inspire hope and change. By choosing to learn and understand the complexities of our world, you're taking a step toward a more sustainable future. I hope these facts not only informed you but also inspired you to see the beauty and interconnectedness of our planet. Every small action counts, and together, we can make a difference. If you enjoyed this journey and found value in these stories, please hit the like button. It really helps me create more content like this. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Join our growing community of curious minds, dreamers, and changemakers who believe in the power of knowledge and hope. Thank you once again for watching all the way through. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, stay curious, stay hopeful, and keep dreaming of a better world.